First and foremost, congratulations to the Milwaukee Bucks for making the finals. First time in a long time. I think they said like since 1974, back with Kareem. So yeah, that's pretty impressive. Congratulations to them. And I'm not gonna. I think I'll make a video talking about it, but I think the Bucks should be considered the favorite in that finals against the Suns. But we'll get to that later. I have to give the Hawks credit, man. I have to give the Hawks credit. I had to start off by saying I didn't like Trae Young. I don't like Kevin Huerter. I don't like Bogdanovich. I don't like a lot of them. I just didn't like their face, just something about them. And I thought Trae was extremely overrated. I thought Trae was I didn't like all the Trae Young, Stephen Curry comparisons and all that. I just hated it. I didn't like him at all. But this season he showed that, he is one of those, upper tier players in this NBA, a top 5 point guard for sure. And I'm not gonna say I'm a fan, but I definitely don't not like him anymore, if that makes any sense. But yeah, man, Trae played great. The Hawks, they had a questionable offseason, I could say. I think they kind of overpaid Danilo Gallinari. I didn't really see where Chris Dunn and Rondo and Trae Young kind of all fit on the same team. Even though, Chris Dunn was supposed to come in and play some defense, but he was injured the whole year. And then they had got Bogdanovich, and I honestly thought the Kings were going to match the offer, but they didn't. And I thought that was kind of questionable. So I thought they was just kind of signing people just to sign people. But in the end, it all worked out because, even though they started off a little bit slow, you could say it was because of injuries. And when they got a little bit healthier, then they started going on the road. They fired their old coach. I don't even remember his name. Oh, Lloyd Pierce. They fired him. They got Nate McMillan, and they went on a run. They were out of the playoffs in a month span or something like that. They were like the 5th seed. So that was really impressive. Then it came to the playoffs, and they did what they had to do. They embarrassed the Knicks. A lot of people had the Knicks winning that series, even though the Hawks were like the betting odds favorite or whatever. But a lot of people had the Knicks winning, and they embarrassed them. They won in 5, I believe. They made Julius Randle had one of the worst playoff series of all time, and you could honestly contribute that to their defense, which was pretty good in this playoffs. Then they went against the Sixers, and they exposed the Sixers. They showed that they're not real contenders. And even though, Joel was injured and all that, but, they kind of showed that the Sixers still have ways to go before they could be actual winners. Then in this Bucks series, obviously, the highlight is Giannis and Trae getting hurt. And a lot of people are going to look at this game and they're going to say, wow, they had Trae. Trae just played bad and Giannis was out, and they're going to completely gloss over the fact that DeAndre Hunter has been out, almost this entire year and playoffs for the Hawks. And that's important to note because DeAndre Hunter was their best defender. I think they had DeAndre Hunter in this series. It's hard for me to say that the Hawks lose, honestly, because the Bucks are not all that. It's just they played the Heat in the first round, who I don't think the Heat were ever prepared for anything like that. They played the Nets, who, again, I'm not gonna be the one to defend these guys, but they were hurt, and now they're just beating the Hawks, who are very young, undermanned, and all that. So DeAndre Hunter is a really important part of this team. I think it shows that the Hawks are better than a lot of people expect because they can go all this way without their best defender. And, the future is bright for the Hawks, man. I don't know what else to say other than that. This loss shouldn't be anything that they take, make them sad or anything, because they overachieved. They definitely overachieved. And, they should be proud of what they were able to accomplish this year and need to build on this. Cam was my favorite out of those big three in Duke. That 2019 run where the Zion blew up college basketball. I looked at Zion, I was like, yeah, that's cool. And I looked at RJ. I ain't like RJ. I still don't like RJ that much. I looked at Cam, bro. Cam looked like he could just do it all. And Cam, he went off in this game. He had 21 points. It looked like he couldn't miss for a good part of this game. I think you have, Trae, Cam, DeAndre Hunter. Make sure you sign back John Collins. At this point, it's not even a discussion that John Collins should be back in a Hawks uniform next year. And Clint Capella. That's a fire starting lineup, and I think that the Hawks could only get better from here. The Hawks are extremely young, as I said before. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. The Hawks, amazing. Kudos to the Hawks. I think that if just a couple things went differently, they could have been in their first finals. And Trae's only, 21 years old? It's crazy. So, yeah, thank you for watching. If you're watching this at nighttime, have a good night. If you watch this in the day, have a good day. I appreciate you. Later.